Hey guys, Tech Made Easy. Thank you so much for clicking on our link. You are looking at the new 2021 Select Cut XP Beast Mower. Now I'm adding the word beast because this thing is got more power, it's got a better motor, and as you can see, that is the new XP badging there. This, of course, is a 3-in-1, so it's going to mulch, it's going to bag, and it's going to side discharge. This year's model has more power and more torque, and I'll talk to you about that in a little while. It also comes with a new high lift blade. For the first time, the Select Cut series has a high lift blade. By the way, this is compatible with all Ego Select Cut models. That's a $39.99 value. The 10 amp hour battery is also included, and by the way, this kit, when you register this specific kit with that battery, you get a 5-year warranty. If you buy the battery by itself, you get a 3-year warranty, so be aware of that. The new 700 watt super fast smart charger is also included as well, and that's about a $169 value. And the battery, by the way, is a $450 value. Okay, now this model here actually goes for about $749. You can also buy it a tool only with no charger and no battery, and that would be $529. In today's video, I'm going to be doing cutting videos, bagging videos. I'm going to do a side discharge video. I'm also going to use the high lift blade to see how that works. All right, I'm also going to include detailed specs, and we're going to take a good close look at the mower. All right, guys, so thank you very much. Hold tight. Here we go. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about the motor. So the motor in this beast here is a 1200 watt motor. All right, the previous model is a 1000 watt motor. So this has got more power. And what are they going to do with that powder? This has more torque. Okay, so the previous model had 7 foot-pounds of torque. This has 8.3 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, and that's going to let you power through that thicker grass, that higher grass, right? And this motor automatically adjusts itself. It doesn't need a turbo button, which is nice. Now let's talk a little bit about the 10 amp hour battery, right? So again, as I said before, this battery by itself sells for $450. And you get a 3-year warranty, but when you buy it in this kit and you register it, you get a 5-year warranty on the battery as well. All right, so just keep that in mind, but you got to register everything, and it comes in this kit specifically. Now, what I'd like to do is really tell you how amazing the Arc Lithium technology is, and I'd like to just show you a small video. I want you to take a look at that just for a moment. It's not going to be long, but it's really going to explain what they do with this arc that they create that you can't see inside. So take a look at that for a moment, and we'll come right back. Well, I hope that was good information because to be honest with you, when you're buying a platform, the battery is everything. And this one battery works in every Ego tool. Let's go ahead and put this inside the compartment all right, just so you could see as a part of the experience. Now, one of the things I like about the battery compartment, and let me zoom out just a little more, is the battery compartment stays open. I love that, first of all, okay? And all you do, all right, and I want you to see something too. Their connectors are raised. They're very smart. So their connectors are not at the bottom. They're raised, just in case some water gets in here, and it shouldn't, but just in case. It's got drain holes, if you could see down on the bottom. And again, the connectors, keep them clean. Don't let dirt get in here. But I love that this stays open. Now, all you do is you take your battery, put it in, push it down, and close it. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you one of the advantages. You can see your battery, right? So I've got a fuel gauge, and let me just go ahead and try to make believe I'm going to start it. All right, so I don't know if you saw that, and I'll zoom in a little bit because I want you to see it. See, the lights are on. You can see where your fuel gauge is while you are mowing. Some manufacturers don't do that. They also have a gauge up here as well, by the way, and let me zoom out. There's a gauge up here as well that'll change color as well. But I really like relying on that gauge there. Now let's talk about the 700-watt charger. So the nice thing about this 700-watt charger, first of all, it actually has a fuel gauge now. So you get to see 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100%. You know where your battery's at while you're charging. This also has fans. So while it's fast charging your battery, it's actually cooling it down. And it's got vents as well for the charger itself. It's got nice feet, so it holds that battery with no issue whatsoever. You can also wall mount this, by the way. You can put this right on a wall and even tell you the measurements, which is good. There's rubber on the bottom, okay, so it won't slip. Again, plenty of breathability, by the way, all right? So this is really a nice value when you want to fast charge your battery. One of the things I like about the handle on the Ego mower is it actually has 3 settings, and that really works pretty well. I did some experiments with my fiance, and I'm going to see if I could bring up some video in a little while so you could see it, but she's 5 feet tall and I'm 6.2 inches, okay? And this is an easy adjustment, all right? So there's 3 settings, and all you got to do is take this handle and drop it, all right? Now that's all the way down, and let me just show you, you know, because that's a real good angle there. So let me just show you that angle, all right? Now, let me lift it up to the middle setting, and again, all you do is hold the handle, push it up 1 time. That's going to be your middle setting. So there's 3 settings. That's your middle setting there. And then let me do the last setting. And I'll be honest with you, the last setting is best for me. The bottom setting is actually great for my fiance, you know? So it's very comfortable. And I love that it has those 3 settings. And I love that it just has that bar that you adjust your settings for your handle, which is really nice. Now, let's talk about how to close the handle and a couple of tips. So what you want to do, if you're going to close your handle, is basically you want to open up these levers. All right, so all you do on each side is open up the levers. All right, now you want to push your handle down, okay, and you want to lock your handle so it doesn't come out. Okay, by the way, if you try to start the mower with your handle down, it won't work. If you extend your handle all the way up, but these are not pushed in, your mower won't start. So just be aware of that little tip there. But now we've got 2 settings. One setting here, which I like because I can actually take the bagger off. All right, so I can actually open this up and take the bagger off. Close that. Change my bagger. I like that. Okay, and then the other setting obviously is that you just drop it down, and there it goes, ready for storage. Now, I will tell you this, always take your batteries out, always. So, lift this up, pull your battery out, never keep your battery in your lawnmower, okay? So now, when I lift this up, the blades are exposed, but look at how much space that takes up for storage, okay? Doesn't take up much at all. There's my dog. There's my Brooklyn. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and open the handle up. All right, because I'm going to want to show you the controls. But, you know, I want to show you that if you open this up, right, and you don't close these all the way, let's just say I leave it that way, and I leave it this way, I don't think it'll start. I think it's got to be pushed in all the way. So when you go to start this, you're just going to push this button in, all right, and pull the green lever. All right, so the handlebar is fully extended, and that's the reason why the mower started. So I'm going to push this in. All right, push this in. I'm going to move up a little bit here, because what I want to do now is just go over controls, okay? So this is self-propelled, and down is off, up has a couple of clicks, if you could hear that. And self-propel goes from 0.9 miles per hour to 3.1 miles per hour. And you've got this touch drive system that Ego made, right? So let me show you for a moment. But I'm going to show you a demo of my fiance walking with the slowest setting and the fastest setting in a moment. But if I just put it on one click, okay, one click, all I have to do is just press any of these two buttons, and that self-propel will start. So I don't need to start the mower to have self-propel go, okay, but it will show me my battery meter. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start the Ego on the slowest speed. Now, the slowest speed on the Ego is 0.9 miles per hour. All right, 0.9 miles per hour. Let's go do the fastest speed. All right, guys, so we are going to go ahead and do the fastest speed, which is 3.1 miles per hour. All right. To start the mower, all you do is push this in, grab the handle, and then let go. That was a great way to hear the motor as well. So again, push this in, grab the handle. Now, you do get LED lights, by the way, with this mower, okay? And here they are in the front of the mower. So you get 3 LEDs on each side, okay? If you're ever gonna mow at night. And what I like about this is you can turn it on or you can turn it off whenever you like. So I just turned them on just now, okay? And it's daytime, right? So just show you what they look like for a minute. All right. See if I can get a little closer. All right. And let me go ahead and turn them off because we don't need them right now. So I like that option, which is really, really nice. Okay. All right, so tomorrow and the next couple of days it's going to rain and you haven't had a chance to mow your lawn. And it's getting dark. Well, guess what? You have LED headlights on your Ego Select Cut XP. So let's turn them on and let's just get cutting our lawn. As you can see, it does a pretty darn good job of lighting up your immediate area. All you need to do is start your motor and start cutting your lawn. You know, I mean, not a lot of people mow in the dark, but you can because you've got LED headlights. One other feature I like that they did is they kept this handle, and it's just a convenient handle, you know, if you have to lift your mower up, etc. Now, obviously, I'm not going to lift it up with the battery inside of it because you always want to take that out for safety reasons, but I love having that, by the way. One of the things you're really going to enjoy is this one hand height adjustment. This goes from number 1 to number 7. It goes anywhere from 1.5 inches low all the way to 4 inches on height. So all you do is grab your handle, pull it towards you, and you're dropping your mower down to the lowest setting. Again, pull in, pull all the way up, and you can go to the highest setting. Very, very nice little system here. It raises all 4 wheels. Love that. Next thing I want to talk about is their wheels. They've got ball bearings in their wheels, and the thing I like too about is they've got an aggressive grip pattern on their wheels. And I compared it against some competitors and found that this is actually still pretty nice. Now this is plastic, but it's a dense, thick plastic with some flexibility, almost like rubber. They do again have ball bearings, so when you lift it, these things are going to just spin and spin and spin. Okay, now you've got the back as well. So the front is 7 inches and the back is 9 inches, very much the same as the previous model. Okay, your motors, by the way, is in the back. You got rear. I wish it was 4-wheel drive, but it is rear-wheel drive like most battery-operated mowers today. All right, now the deck is a 21-inch polycarbonate deck. So, you know, it's a form of plastic to my knowledge. It's actually pretty strong, okay? What I'd like to do is go ahead and take the battery out, because I'd also like to see underneath the deck, right? Let's take a look at the blades. Let's take a look at what under the deck looks like. So the battery's out. That's pretty important. Let's go ahead and drop the handles. Lock it in. All right, and then let's close that up. Now, I can grab the handle without it slipping because it's locked into place. And let's take a look under the deck. Now, as you can see here, you've got your gator blade and your upper blade, okay? So that's pre-installed already. I took out the mulch plug, so don't worry about that. I did do some light mowing as I'm doing these tests right now. But there is your dual blade. And I like that it's also spread a little bit more too. And they are pretty sharp at this point, okay? The motor is down here, and it is, you know, pretty sealed up pretty well. I don't see any loose wires. They continue to do a good job with no issues that I know of, as far as that's concerned, as far as the motor is concerned. Okay. Now, if you want to see a video on cleaning underneath the deck, I'll include that later, and I'll put some links and some things up top, so look out for those if you have you know, a plastic deck mower and you want to know how to clean it. I will tell you now, do not put water and hose underneath this deck. Your motor is right here. You can void your warranty. Do not do that, okay? I'm just letting you know, just trying to help you out. All right, guys, so I'm sitting here with Brooklyn, and I want to go over these 4 blades. When you get the LM2156sp, you get 4 blades, 2 extra in the box, and you're like, what are these for? So here's your upper blade, okay? And it cuts, and the blade is sharp up here. And then here is your mulching blade. Now, your mulching blade is also known as a gator blade, okay? And this does very well with in combination of the upper blade of cutting up those blades of grass to make them really small so you can use them as mulch. They can sit on your lawn. They will disappear. They will go right in like food for your lawn, okay? They also make an extended runtime blade. And you would take off your mulching blade, you would put on your extended runtime blade. And what this would do, just so you'll know, it's a lighter blade. It's a thinner blade. There's not a lot of resistance, so this is just going to do a decent job of cutting. But because, you know, it's called an extended runtime blade for that reason, that it's not going to use as much battery, and, you know, it'll extend your runtime. All right? Now, the high lift blade, here's the jewel, right? So what this blade does is it's like a vacuum. Do you see how much thicker it is in comparison to a lot of the blades? I mean, look at how much thicker it is to a gator blade. And so what this does as it spins is it creates a vacuum. You know, all these blades create a vacuum. The difference is the high lift blade creates a stronger vacuum, sucking up your grass that is laying down as much as possible. It brings the grass up. So if you got a blade of grass that's laying down, it actually will suck it up, this vacuum that gets created under your mower. It'll cut it, right? And then it also does a phenomenal job of bagging as well. So this is really high lift bagging blade. Now I know some people use the high lift blade to cut in the mulch as well, and you can do that. All right, but I did want to go over the 4 blades that you get in the box. What I want to now show you is how to put the mulch plug in. All right, and as you can see, the deck is down there. You want to make sure that you're holding the handle this way. All you do is basically go over here, lift this up, take this piece, put it in here, goes in nice and easy. All right, and then this lid will hold it in place with no issues whatsoever. All right, let's go ahead and put in the rear side discharge. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the mulch plug. All right, there goes the mulch plug. And the rear side discharge, when you put it in, you just got to be careful. It's real easy to do. I don't know if you see down here, they've got these grippers, okay, and the bottom of this goes in there, just so you see that bottom piece. All right, so let me zoom out a little bit there. And so you start off by putting the bottom in, okay, and it'll just sit in place. Now this gets connected here, but don't just lay the back piece on it, okay? It actually clicks into place. So let's just show you this too. There's a spot right here that actually holds on to this. See this piece here? Gets locked into place over here. So as you're doing it, you have to put your hands underneath to get that tight seal. And now, just so you'll know, if this is solid and you can pull the mower, you've got it set up correctly. And check this out. There is your rear side discharge, and there's no gap over here, so you can't see a gap. And it is just going to throw that grass out. As you're moving, it'll throw that grass out behind you. Now let's go ahead and put the bagger on, okay? This is the bagger. Again, it's got the metal holders, and the way they designed it, it is going to hold on to metal as well. Okay, so I want you to see there's a spot here and a spot here, and that's where you're going to lay the bagger on, okay? Just put it down nice and easy, close it, and you are now ready to bag your grass. Here is a quick look at the charger. I figured I'd plug it in so you can see it working. Let me put the big 10 amp hour battery on top. You can hear it and you can see it in action. As you can see, you get the same fuel gauge as you get on a battery on this charger. And the smart capability is this little button here. This gets connected to the Ego app. You have to hold this down for 4 seconds and then it'll connect to Wi-Fi. But I can tell you it is April of 2021 and that functionality is currently not working for some reason. When you click the Wi-Fi on the app, a box pops up asking you to call Ego. So hopefully they'll get that fixed soon. All right, guys, so I want to talk a little bit about runtime based off my experience. So in the beginning, my loads were pretty heavy, okay? I averaged probably about 55 to 57 minutes with the heavy load with this 10 amp hour battery. When I use this, I use it twice with some medium loads, and I was able to get about 68 minutes, okay? So I just wanted to give you some of that information. I'll also put up a little note here on the screen in a second with what Ego states that's in the manual based off low, medium, and high loads, okay? Well, we finally got some sun. We got some more grass. Today's a day to do some cutting. All right, guys, we are gonna do our first cut with the Ego Select Cut XP. I've got it set on a 4 due to my lawn. It's pretty high now. I've got some good grass, you know, as you can see. Got some good grass, so let's go see what the mulch cut looks like. This is the mulch cut. All right, let's take a look. I'll take a walk back. Just take a look. The lawn has a little bit of moisture, by the way. Just a little bit of moisture. I'll take the camera off. And you can see blades of grass, obviously. You are mulching. So a little wider shot there. When you're mulching, you're going to get some mulch. And that's a good size mulch, by the way. You know, it's really nice. And that's a 4. I didn't cut it down to a 3. I decided, let me do a 4. All right, guys, we are doing a bagging demo in high grass. As you saw a moment ago, I have this set at a 4, okay? So we're gonna hear some motor revving. It should, in some cases, not too much. It's a short strip, but you know, let's see what this does. Okay, well, let's take a look. The key thing we're looking for here is really minimal mulch to no mulch, right? This is a definite big difference in a cut. And when you look at the grass here and the grass there, right? So we cut a lot of grass. So let's take a look. What I need to do, though, is I need to walk a different way so you don't see my shadow, okay? So let's start here. Let's just take a nice big look. Then I'm going to start walking to see, you know, did we have any stragglers? Did we have any mulch? Nice and slow and even. I got a straggler here. Little straggler. Okay, nothing major, but little straggler. I know people want to know about that. All right. Now, let's look under the mower. Let's take a peek and see if it dropped anything. It shouldn't have, and it didn't. Okay, that looks good. So we don't have any trouble over here. It's not dropping anything. Everything went into the bag. And let's take a look at what is in the bag. All right, so one of the things I like is you can tilt the handle up, grab your bag. Let's take this out and see what we're looking at here. Oh. Sorry about all that close-up, but let's take a look at what we're looking at here. Okay. There it goes. Oh, mulch blade, and you know, let's take a look and see what we got here. Yeah, these are nice cuts. You know, I mean, that's my longest one there, so it's a nice cut. I don't see anything major, so blades did a good job since they're sharp. Okay, I like that. I hope that helps. All right, guys, we are going to side discharge. And so that's what a rear side discharge looks like. As you move, this will the grass will come out this way. All right, let me drop my handle. My battery's installed. I'm going to put this back on a 4. That is the cut I have been dealing with, is a number 4. All right. This should be clumpy, honestly, because you know, a 4, that's pretty high grass. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do a 5. All right, let's just do a 5, just so we could see it coming out. I know I did it on a 4 one time and it was pretty clumpy. So I'm going to lower the camera. I'm going to be doing this on self-propelled just so I can be here on the side. All right, start the engine. And let's watch. And, you know, I noticed this time it didn't clump because I didn't go down all the way. So it just spread some grass across as I was doing this. Push. All right, going to be doing a 4. All right, we're going to do a 4. By the way, let me take the battery out. I want to show you, we got the high lift blade in this machine. Let me close the handle and tilt this on the side. All right, guys. Oh, I know. I was supposed to turn this before. So the high lift blade is installed, and let's see what kind of cut we get. We're going on a 4, which, believe me, we got plenty of grass. We're going to be bagging on a 4. So put the battery back in. That is a 10 amp hour battery, by the way, fully charged. So we'll see what we got going. So Brooklyn and I want to share some tips with you, okay? Number one, always keep your blade sharp, okay? If you're not used to doing that, do it. It'll make a big difference in your cut. Number two, always make sure your deck is clean, right? I mean, you can have a sharp blade, but if your deck isn't clean, what'll happen is that grass will fly around the deck and not really get cut up that well. A clean deck actually promotes better mulch, okay? So that mulch goes on your lawn in really small pieces. That's very healthy for your lawn, okay? The other thing I would say is always take your battery out when you're done and keep your battery in normal conditions, not freezing or not extremely hot. Now that doesn't mean you can't use your battery in cold or hot conditions, but you don't want to store it in those conditions. No shed, okay? No extreme cold, no extreme heat when you're storing, and your batteries will last a long time. Another thing I like to do, even though this is lithium, is I don't like to kill my battery down to nothing. So I like to leave, at least 10 or 15%. So when it hits red, I might mow for another 5 minutes, and then after that, put my battery aside. Now here's the other tip. When you're finished using your battery, let it rest for at least 15 minutes before charging it. It is not healthy to take a battery that was just used and is probably a little warm and go ahead and charge it again. And obviously charging still creates heat, all right? And I hope the video I showed you about arc lithium technology and what Ego does really, really helps, okay? Hey guys, take a moment and give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. As you can see, Brooklyn, she's waving her tail for you. Take a moment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and you'll get notified of new videos we come out with. Also, follow us and contact us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. We'd love to have you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.